Hey there team, and welcome to a battle I've been, well, needing to do for quite some time, but I've been making my way through the list, and we're finally at it. So this is a Dol Amroth versus Umbar attack. So we've got Bilbo here. We'll run through all the armies after we have a quick look. So I believe that this is the map of Umbar that we're attacking over with 5 versus 3. It's again a nice 46,000, but there shouldn't be too much shuffling going on. So I think we'll get into it quite quickly. Oh yes, I've seen this map. Before. I've never played in it myself, but yeah, I know it. So we have the Pirate champions. Definitely a big fan of these guys. I love the aesthetic of them an awful lot. Yeah, I mean, they're totally, yeah, definitely quite effective. Got the Athelan halberdiers, certainly what you want to be mincing through that heavy armour of a lot of the Umbar troops, and armour upgraded Doranernal pikes, definitely what we like to see. Not with that armour piercing, but more phalanx goodness. Then Doranernal swordsmen on the sides here too. Not of course very much militia swords, but good to just mince through, say we see some Belagar footmen or some sort of corsair unit standing in our way. These guys are going to be great for just tearing them apart. Then the Belfalas Marines, Wanderers of Nemberdale here, like this one guy who's been jerked out of place, and more Belfalas Marines. Always good to see, good for jabs, and just nice for this maritime environment. Do we have the coast over there? We do. Ignore those mountains in the distance. It's just some massive wave that's going to die out before it gets there. It's you know, a continuing coast, I'm sure. Haven Guard there for the general. More Pirate champions and more, well, and some Haven Knights. His first ally here is overused. There we go. So we got the Pirate champions there. Dismounted Knights to Silver Swan. I'm a really big fan of Dismounted Knights to Silver Swan. I think that, yeah, you've just got to be careful with how you use them. They are 2 hit points, but they're morale buffers. They're not elite infantrymen by any stretch. But then some Athelan men at arms with a no armor upgrade. That's their standard look. But yeah, as I say, they can definitely mince through most of the lower tier quite efficiently. Haven Guard there, more men at arms, some Black Swan renegades, more men at arms, and some Haven Knights again. So cheaper's sake, yeah, if Umbar does want to come out with some sort of cav sally, it would not end too well. Pirate champions, more Dismounted Knights, Silver Swan. So good, we'll be able to sort of spread this this morale buffing effect across the entire army. Pirate marksmen there with another halberd line. And yes, more Black Swan renegades and more Athelan men at arms. So he's going to have to use them, well, yeah, it's quite easy to use men at arms effectively. You know, it's quite hard to sort of screw up with them. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Oh god, an absolute clumped up force for Blue Ranger. We're seeing a catapult, we're seeing pikes. I don't want to zoom in too deep here. Haven Guard, men at arms, some Wanderers of Nemberdale we saw, and Belfalas Marines. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to risk zooming into that. Then the Pirate Riders over here, great little unit. I say the Pirate are just cool. I like the lore behind the sort of the idea of the Pirate, and yeah, their aesthetic is cool to boot. Then we've got Rob Goblin. He's got his Haven Knights there and some Arothirum. So we're starting to get to the point where I'm a little bit scared about how much cavalry we brought. And if the enemy don't have too much cav, is there a... Oh, there is a river crossing here. Good, okay. Right, that's nice. Anyway, so we've got some men-at-arms alongside the Athelan halberdiers. So good, not too beefed up, but good to just mince through people. A nice armor upgrade for the Doranernal pikes so that they can't just be destroyed too easily by archers. Pirate marksmen and a catapult from Rob Goblin. 2 Belfalas Marines. In the back here, some Pirate champions alongside some Black Swan renegades, and the Wanderers of Nemberdale. Again, a lot of rangers to be tearing into these guys today. Then more Pirate marksmen. Ah, awesome again. So he's got his 2 Pirate marksmen, more Arothirum, Belfalas Marines. Unless we have a cavalry fight out here, you know, I'm worried. I'm worried about how much cav we brought. Belfalas Marines again. Darnostian Spears, double Darnostian Spears, Elithilan Men-at-Arms, Black Swan Renegade, Haven Guard there, Pirate Champions, Knights of the Silver Swan, and double Elithilan Halberdiers. What I'll be doing, because I do think I remember there's maybe something that I need to read from when Bilbo sent this to me. I'll go through the Umbar armies, and then I'll do a quick pause, go back, read through that, make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing out, and jump back into it. It might just be a little lore idea that's been cooked up for this, or it might be some special rules. So it's always important, if there was a special rule to a battle, please do tell me, so that I don't just think, why the hell is he doing this, or why has he brought this unit? It's silly. But no, it's there might be a reason for it. So, we've got Dog here. He's got his Warlords of Umbar, most certainly able to go toe-to-toe with a lot of the Dol Amroth cavalry, but the Haven Knights will have their fun with these guys. Then Alcarondas Legion, with some Belakith Shield Bearers there, good armor piercing, and a massive mass value, so they can just get slotted in somewhere. The Dol Amroth forces have not really, nobody's really built themselves up for a real shield wall push. But if they were to, yeah, these shield bearers are going to have none of that. Alcarondas Legion there. Corsair Infantry, as I say, these guys, you get the Dornarl Swordsmen up into these guys, even with that armor upgrade, you'll get a pretty sort of, pretty good little battle between them. Then the Balakith Marksmen there, no armor upgrade. As I say, I always give them the armor upgrade, but damn, they do look good without it. They look good with it too, to be honest. Belgar Pikes, they can keep those the enemy pikes at bay, but that armor upgraded Dornarl Pike is going to be tough to deal with. More Belgar Archers there, perfect skirmishing archer. I adore those guys. Corsair Blackguards, Sentinels. Now they've got something to say. Yeah. Then Harbingers of Castamere. In the back there, some more Alcarondas Legion, some more Shield Bearers. Alcarondas Legion, yeah, and Royal Guard. Yeah, I'm chuffed with that army. That's good. Yeah, very nice, I think. Of course, not really the way that I build Umbar, but I build my Umbar armies kind of like a Dark Numenorian, not really, you know, god damn. It does look quite intimidating, doesn't it? It's just this white blob, just this silver shiny blob in the distance. We've got Man 20022. Never seen this guy before, but he's got his Belgar Footmen there. Behind them, some Corsair Blackguards. Then some Balakith Marksmen, again, no armor upgrade for the boys. The Adunam Shield Guard there. More Belgar Archers, Shield Guard again, and then Marksmen again. Footmen, a lot of spears. These guys are built to hold. They're not going to do too much killing, but with the Adunam Shield Guard and all of these Belgar Footmen, they're going to hold these bridges for some time. Belgar Archers there, Footmen, double Axe Guard. Nice, nice, nice. No armor upgrades, so you've got to keep in mind these guys are quite lightly armored. They're a lot lighter in their armor than sort of how they look, so they can get minced by arrow fire. Then Shield Guard there, Alcarondas Legion, triple Alcarondas Legion, can't go wrong with that. Harbingers of Castamere, Sentinels there, and some Royal Guard too. So that's great. Yep. No, chuffed with that. I like the Adunam Shield Guard. He's got his two bridges here that I think he's going to be defending, so if he can just shove some spearmen in the way, then that's solid. A trebuchet here from Allfather, so he's going to be running off with that, keep that safe. Alcarondas Legion there, Corsair Blackguard, Belgar Archers, some Royal Guard there, Shield, double Adunam Shield Guard again, nice. Sentinels, Harbingers of Castamere, and then triple Belgar Pikes. I love the way Allfather set up these units here. That looks really nice to me. Just grabbing that and moving it off with it. Nothing hidden off here. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll be at 2 seconds just to see if there's anything special I need to run through. Good. Yeah, there is nothing special I need to run through. No, so that's fine. I just want to make sure. I definitely think it's a good idea for Allfather to rush on back, even though he could block them down to 1 choke point. Whereas if he falls back, he's locked down to 2 then. It's tough, because out there he'd be by himself, he'd be exposed to their archer fire, to their catapult. The only way to safely defend this is with a bit of a thick line. No, I think falling back's a good option. Keeps everybody a bit more concentrated, keeps you more sheltered, really. So that's good. I suspect he'll be gathering his boys up to... I've seen this area defended before, so he'll gather some boys here, hide them, we'll set them up there, and the issue with this is it means that this area can just sort of be shot from the side, unless you really defend. Even if you defend quite deep out there, you can still just move your archers up and shoot these guys on the left. Now, good thing about the left-hand side, we all know the shield value still comes into effect, but you can shoot them in the back, to be honest. Yeah, you can get some good back shots into these poor guys, but we'll see what happens when we get around to that. I'll probably speed it up a little bit, but yeah, let's probably jump up to 2 times speed for now. Just as people are moving on around. Dog has to come on into the fort, of course, or to the city, just to watch out for it. No point in being outside there, and the attackers will be shuffling around. I just don't put down stakes in these scenarios. I just think you're putting yourself at more risk than anything else. Just for accidental goofs, you know, like let's say there's some monkey business out here and I'm just, oh fucking just grab and like run, double click here, you know, and they just end up getting minced on stakes. But yeah, I mean, hey, I don't really take cav to like sieges anyway. It's apart from maybe one unit of melee cav. I am concerned about the amount of cavalry the attackers have brought. Could come down to something with that. You know, because the defenders really haven't brought too much in the way of cav to really punish them. I think you'd have to be pretty suicidal to bring lancers to you know, really attack a Dol Amroth attack. Actually, saying that, cheapers, they can attack all the way from behind here too if they wanted. So what does this leave us with? Like one absolute, that's such a tight, yeah. There's a lot of play, like you could get minced really easily, but that's still an attack route. It's still something that the defenders have to think about. So that's same with one place there. There's one, no, that's not, yeah, you can't attack from there. 2, 3, and then 3, what, sorry, 2 bridges. 3 bridges. So that's 6 points that they have to defend. That's no small feat. And now here's an issue. These guys have their right side exposed. So the right side, that shield doesn't come into effect. So there's not a huge amount of... No, yeah, you could... I think you can put an arch unit here. I think that's an easy route. Like, you just get even one of your tier 3 marksmen, line up there and start shooting these poor guys in the back even, not even on the right side. This is, I would definitely not want to defend here. It's quite a menacing position. I think that had somebody made their army with that in mind, like I think defending here is possible. But I don't know. Like the cavalry can punish you, enemy archers can punish you. You would have to have your own archers. You would have to have your own equipment. Your own trebuchet, for instance, could be counter sniping that catapult. So I think it's possible, and that could have changed the game a bit. Got Basil walking around on my feet at the minute. Hopefully he just chills out. Got a little box under my bed, don't you, Basil? So not under my bed, under my desk, so he can go and settle there if he wants. Still shuffling going on. And I think we'll probably just go to ×6, just because I don't see anything happening for a wee while. Now really don't worry too much about this if you do send me a battle, but it is quite oh, there's some Corsair crossbows. Nice. Okay, yeah, good. Definitely a good shout. And also we might have some Casimir's Rangers too. We didn't spot any of them in the deployments, so they're probably lurking around. So that'll be nice. Something that's pretty cool. If you can give me like an idea of when the battle starts. Now, you know, so like if you think that the battle starts around 10,000 frames, and you can tell me that, it's not an issue. Like I'll usually start my replay. Well, I'll usually start my recording right at the start anyway, but it just lets me know, you know, whether to go at like, you know, 2 times or 1 time speed, like the whole way through, you know, whatever's best. Good, he's settling back down. Took him a minute, but he is relaxing again. But as I say, it's not something that I get too worried about. Just I like to think about it anyway, and and imagine if people are going to be screwing up. And we've actually jumped in. No. Speaking of a little screw up there, Bilbo. That might have been a... is the grace period over? It might be. Grace period might be done. Or that could have been an accidental shot. They could have just been on fire at will. Yeah, no, that must have been an accident, because Bilbo could just rush across this bridge right now. The sooner that they can get across the bridge and just kind of force a more muddied fight, but they're both... You know, this is a battle between two human factions. Two arguably like Western kingdoms in many ways. Even though, of course, Umbar is an evil kingdom of man, it still is a lot more armoured than most other evil men. It's a lot more conventional than other evil men. So I think that like both factions here really benefit from an organised fight rather than a chaotic fight. So yeah, good spread out from, you know, these guys are heavily armoured, they have got that shield, but you still want to spread them out just to limit damage from arrow fire. But so many troops around, you're going to take losses either way. There's really nowhere to like hide your troops apart from like back here, but that just puts them so far away from the action that if you did need to call them forward quickly, it's not easy. Haven Knights coming on forward. Actually, shit. Okay, we are in the thick of it now. As the warlords of Umbar are going toe to toe with the Arathirim, and the Arathirim are actually handing them their ass, and more Arathirim are coming on forward. Oh god, poor guys. Like maybe if we had the Alcaron as faithful, you know, but nah, dude. So that does mean that the Arathirim now can get, like, say if we try to defend the outer lines with these Corsair infantry, these Arathirim can get some rattling charges off. We need to have, like, pikes or at least spears on every frontline position out here. So maybe having this cavalry is quite a daunting prospect. But yeah, oh, interesting. Can he move through that? How did he get there? Surely not, because those fences are there. Does he know that? Does he think he can get through there? Because this is like 2 units. Oh wait, no, is that just 1? Yeah, no, that's 1 unit, but it's a unit of a Dunaim Shield Guard that are kind of just sitting here waiting now. When they could be backing up their allies somewhere. So we'll see. Still, good sort of efficient killing of the poor warlords of Umbar. But I suppose they needed to put on some sort of display of strength to the defenders. Standing by here, yeah, you really don't want to just pour ammunition into the Belgar footmen. They're not actually incredibly cheap. They're really not. They're not a fodder unit, I feel, the Belgar footmen. They're definitely fodder when it comes to playing as like Numenor, but they're just cheap. Diurnal archers here from Bilbo. What are we opening up into? Fantastic. Yeah, jeepers sake. Yeah, Belgar footmen, go at it. Belgar pikes, yeah, hammer in. They're spread out like that, but yeah, no, I'm more than happy with that targeting there. I think that's a damn good target. Like occasionally these Dunaim Shield Guards will shrug off those hits. They're really not going to worry too much about it. But at this range and with that arc, the Diurnal Archer should be able to rack up a decent kill count there, even being spread out like that. So that's solid. Yeah, jeepers, the defenders are just so tightly packed here. They just have to be. There's not really much wiggle room. What do we have running around the outside here? Oh, they've not... See, this is the issue. Like, we need spears on every... Blackguard are coming in to try and chase them on down. I think those... To be honest, they're stuck now. So yeah, the shield bearers can hammer them. What you could maybe do there, if you don't have a spear or a pike, just block this up. You can just defend like right around this corner, so that they can't like build up speed. They have to stop and turn around. So they wouldn't be able to pull off a charge. Not like massive casualties, but every little helps. Especially like Balgus shield bearers, they're not a cheap unit. You know, they're something definitely of worth. that AP and that heavy mass, they definitely have a part to play in this battle. So if you can start whittling some of them down, then yeah. Once the defenders pull back inside of their fortifications, the possibilities with Cav become a lot less. So you need to like kind of what's the term I'm looking for here? Yeah, like can your bloody expectations. You know, you need to lower your expectations just a little bit about how much you're going to get from your Cav once they fall back in here. So pulling off some little charges like that is pretty solid. You see, Belegar Footman here, he's spreading them out. I'm not against that, but you're exposing your backs to them now, whereas before they were at least taking those shots straight to the face. And those Belegar Footmen they're there to take that damage. They do have some decent armor on, so when they take those shots to the face with their shields, they can do all right. Now Blue Ranger here, he's no he's no duck egg. He's been around for a good bit. So if you can position archers here, he will do it. So if he doesn't, then I just suspect you can't. What are you doing with it, Cap? Ooh, damn! This is a problem because it's not just the defenders that are stuck in and really tightly packed together. But that's kind of the frustrating thing. Like the attackers actually have more shelter on Umbar than the defenders do. You know, the defenders on Umbar are really kind of exposed, whereas the attackers have a lot more places where they can hide close by to the front lines. I don't know. I'd maybe even want to flip around and have this be the defending side, which yeah, you definitely have some good places. I've never really, every time I see Umbar being played, this is always the side that Umbar is currently deployed on, is always the defender's side. But maybe, I think you could have a good battle, to be honest, with this. Where would the final fallback point be? Oh dear. It would have to be all the way over here. Or maybe up here. It's not the best. It's not the best. Yeah, the other side is probably the better defensive position, but if you can fall back here, yeah, you've got a decent little fallback point. Not bad. You can go inside here too. This is accessible, so not bad, not bad. But yeah, I think that does. This opening area, you're a little bit exposed. Yeah, we're at 1 for 2, but with what we've seen with the archers right now, I'm not surprised at that. I'm actually surprised that the attackers have lost 1%. We've got Overused sending his Athelland men-at-arms forward. Yeah, letting them get shot up is great, but having them run ahead all by themselves is not. Watch their morale, really. They're surrounded by enemy units. They're taking fire. If I was these Belegar, I'd use fire ammo if I was Dog. They're shaken. They're going to rack up, well, if this fight was able to go down to the last man, they would rack up a few kills up against the Adunam Shield Guard, but it's not going to, because they have no backup. They're so far away from the enemy. Well, they're so far away from their allies. Good stuff, Dog. Yeah, just that morale damage from the right side. Their shields aren't coming into play. Shield Guard are now on it properly, wavering, and no, back to shaking. Yeah, I would get. Do you have one more infantry unit just to come in there and finish them off? Because I'm surprised they held out as well as they did. They should break. Fire arrows. I mean, these guys are doing better than I thought. I really did expect them to break immediately. Sending in a unit like this by itself, at least it's not. What we get a lot of the time is people sending their orc fodder totally by themselves, just orc fodder, go! You're trash, you can die. And it's yeah, sure, you're not gonna miss their loss, but they gained nothing there. They just broke and ran. So sending in a man-at-arms like this, at least they've got the morale and the sturdy armor and the defensive skill to hold out for a bit. But I'm shocked at their morale. They've done very well. They're very outnumbered now. Fire arrows getting shot. Just yeah, they've done well. And I'm starting to sort of eat my words about this because I really expected them to break so quickly. Casimir's Rangers are coming on up. Dog is actually sort of coming around for a side shot against them. I'd hold fire on my Casimir's Rangers right now, though. Trebuchet opening up. Good. Absolute mess city. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate there. The highly accurate Trebuchet just not showing its worth. Oh, that's nice. That looks great. Just heavy fire coming into the men-at-arms. Yeah, again, Blue Ranger coming in with his armor upgraded, Athelan men-at-arms. Definitely the guys that you want to be taking this fire, because they can take a lot of it. So, sucks to lose units like this, especially Blackguard are opening up on them. Yeah, Blue Ranger will be feeling bad, but this is what you want. This is it's so sad, especially as like a civilized kingdom. You know, you don't want to be using these sorts of strategies, but it's what needs to be done. Getting some overarching fire, but it's not coming in too badly. It's not like a straight up shot. It's just a bit upsetting. But Rob Goblin looks like he's coming in to have a proper clash now. They're not really wanting to throw too many jabs or fire too many archers. It looks like they're really wanting to pressure him now. Get this battle underway, which I appreciate. More men-at-arms from Blue Ranger coming forward. Yeah, see, this is what Blue Ranger's done here. I quite like that. Just basically move halfway across the bridge and just sit there. Don't kind of pressure their line, because that's just going to cause you to break. We see how many people they actually killed. That wasn't bad, considering that they were a Dunine Bloody Shield Guard, and then they had pikes coming on at them. Like, they did good. I suspect a lot of those pikes were actually killed previously, but still, no, it was nice. Went a lot better than I expected it to say the least. We've got a clash over here, again, by Overused coming on in. Perhaps overusing this strategy. Yeah, Blue Ranger, yeah, you see, like, I like Blue Ranger's thing. Just come in halfway across the bridge, just chill. And getting them at the mouth of the bridge here, but they've got two units here. One unit in the back, sort of making sure they don't rout. See, this is where it would be very dicey too, but because Dismounted Knights Silver Swan, you can maybe send one of them in here. How much do the Dismounted Knights Silver Swan cost? I do like it. I do like them as a unit. They're just a cool concept to me. But yeah, maybe there's a lot of people that always talk about like how to make Dol Amroth a bit more effective in a siege scenario, or effective at all. But I think in an open field, Dol Amroth is definitely like pretty solid because they're cav. But of course, that is very limited. What you can do. Oh, damn! Yeah, I like this actually. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, let's grab some pictures of that. That looks good. Just this one guy fighting out. We might include him. Who knows? But yeah, nice, good. So maybe the key. A lot of people talk about the key being a buff of some way to the Black Swan Renegades, and I like that. I like that idea. But I'd love to see something done with the Dismounted Knights Silver Swan. I don't know what I'd want to do with them, but maybe something can be done with them. Maybe even like making them slightly cheaper. I don't know. But saying that, I don't know how expensive they are. Just so you can use them a little bit more freely, so that you can be a bit more bold with this morale buff. But I'm a big fan of Blue Ranger's strategy here. He's got the morale buff there. He's got morale buff from troops being behind him. This is a good grind strategy, and you know, if there's anything the Western Kingdom of Men can do, it's grind. So Blue Rangers come forward, just try and back up Overused a bit, stop his guys from routing. But again, I've been very impressed with their morale. They've done damn well. And yeah, they'll trade quite efficiently with Belagar footmen. Alcrondas Legion though, probably not so great, but at least this is the sort of armor upgraded Thelan men-at-arms who will do a little bit better up against them. There's no pressure coming in here as of yet, but Allfather's got his Belagar pikes right there. Can you get a shot on them? Maybe you can. Overused, you coming in? Don't know where he's targeting. Oh shit, if you could... Can you run along there? Can you position troops, like, get people tight together, sort of spread them out along there? Because that'd be lovely if you could hammer these guys, especially the right side. Good! Got some shooting coming in. Yeah, no, I'm liking this, And again, yeah, oh, Blue Ranger came in here with a good slam from the Black Swan Renegades. As I say, that's something a lot of people talk about the Black Swan Renegades maybe getting their mass increased. To kind of like in the same way that the Balakut Shield Bearers have, you know, really make them a shunting force. I kind of like that idea. You know, these guys are, you know, they're the Black Swans. They're the outcasts. So, you know, when they do get called up into action, they are a bit more a bit less elegant than the standard Dol Amroth man. You know, maybe, yeah, this idea of this Black Swan Renegade really being a heavy set, fucking, you know, hammer into there type of dude, could be cool. Anyway, Alcra and this Legion have come on in, and that is blunting this charge a little bit. Defeat is like spreading across the board, but that's what's to be expected. And as long as they don't get a rout, but with the Dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan stuck right in the thick of it, they shouldn't. We're seeing shaking across the board, but as long as we don't get a sudden like damage from, say, some sort of well-placed crossbow fire or Casimir Ranger fire or, Lord forbid, a trebuchet shot, we should be okay, and they should just commit to the grind. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, this push here, it was like it was only really ever to hold people in place, I suspect. What are we at? 17 for 19. Never a bad. Well, it's usually to be expected to be on the lower end for an attacker in this stage. Good arrow fire coming in. Yeah, overused is hammering those pikes. It looks like All Fathers just said, like, look, they're already heavily they're heavily damaged. If I'm gonna just lose a unit, I'd rather lose a whole unit rather than you know, sending in a bunch of like other units so that they're all a bit defeated. So no, go. It's not the strategy I use, but I get it. It's fair enough, and hopefully it works out for him. Athel and Men-at-Arms from Awesome are coming on in here now, but those Men-at-Arms are going to be cracking up against the armor-piercing value of the Balakis Shield Bearers, so that's going to be a bit messy for them. The bloody Royal Guard are standing up here for anything that does come around. Perithal Riders, nice little Horse Archer force. What happened over here? Nobody's pressuring this, but as I say, like, if I'm correct and you can't move through here, why do you want to pressure this? It's just it's a unit that's just sort of sitting and, ooh, I was about to say doing nothing, but are they going to come in for a sneaky attack up against these Tirathan marksmen? Or a backstab into the Tarnosian? Oh my god, no, this would not be possible. But imagine Umbar comes out here, does a counter charge. These guys lock them in place in the back and just like swallow up that force and then run back into cover. Now, the amount of cav that the attackers have, that couldn't work. You just couldn't do that. But still, I've really been neglecting this side of the battlefield, focusing a lot more on the bridges. So sorry about that, boys. But our fire coming up here. It's been a bit of a, yeah, like over here it's a lot more about just sort of throwing stuff at them, arrows and jabs. We're seeing the Marines were thrown on in here, most likely after they had used their javelins. They were just kind of, you know, hurled into the fight. It's definitely dealt a holy smokes, these poor Corsairs, and yeah, we're seeing a lot of the Aduna. Yeah, these guys have all been killed where they stood, so that was, you know, when you see people die in formation like that, they were normally shot. So it has resulted in a lot of casualties. As Awesome is still pulling troops forward, everybody's across, no, I was about to say everybody's across that bridge, but we've got these elite units here. See, I would want my Knights of the Silver Swan forward so that if I saw morale faltering, I could get them shunted in. But yeah, no. Maybe Awesome is still just trying to decide, do I want them to come across the bridge there? Because we do have 2 full armies coming at them here. Whereas we've only got 3 armies across these 3 bridges. So it might be better. Blue Rangers coming forward with another Dismounted Knight of the Silver Swan. Just to hold this line. But right now it's sort of Dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan buffing the morale of other Dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan. Wanderers in Nimrodale. Oh god, okay. Right, so yeah, this is going to be a game changer. This position is broken now. And they're going to start hammering this with all the cavalry they've got. And the bloody Haven Guard are around here. This is definitely a point where we either consider a fallback, but it's still quite early to fall back to that final position. The attackers still have so much ammo left that if we fall back to that final point, so maybe we just need to reinforce it. Blue Ranger's taken a lot of casualties, and arguably, how much longer can he keep that up? Yeah, okay, no, he still does have a fair bet to shovel on in if he wants to. But yeah, so it does look like Umbar is not willing to lose that bridge just yet. So they're coming on in there hard, and they have managed to watch their backs. That's great to see. But with the Haven Guard in there, backed up by Pirate champions, fear-causing Pirate champions, not fun for those poor Belagar men. And so much that's coming in here are just out of ammunition Belagar archers. It's real trash. Or melee trash. And that catapult, oh god. We're going to see a friendly fire hit, aren't we? Hold fire. Hold fire. Because the thing is, Dol Amroth is doing well there in melee. You don't need the... Come on, Blue Ranger. Blue Ranger was really being like MVP for me for hold your bloody fire. Oh god. I feel that's unfortunate. After the first shot, Blue Ranger, come on, you should have seen that and be like, no, I'm gonna hold fire. I'm gonna hold fire for a little bit. Oh dear me. Anyway, so we're still breaking through there anyway, and yeah, these guys, it was a good go, but they're not gonna make it. Now these Corsair crossbows, they're not gonna be a massive, like, they're not gonna blunt this charge, but ooh, they're hiding. We don't want to hide there too long, boys. We need to use our ammo here, because the longer we sit here, the more time they're just going to be grinding on through. Wanderers and Emberdell coming on forward now. Do we have a... Oh, the smokes. Okay, countercharge here from Man. Is it... That... Oh, no. I was thought that was that unit, but no, these poor boys have shunted on out here and just been absolutely surrounded by a sea of blue and silver. Yeah, just pressed right up against that cliff. They're gonna do their best, and they'll fight really, like, they'll fight to the finish. They've got great morale, of course, being the sons of Numenor, the corrupted sons of Numenor, but sons of Numenor are all the same. Yeah, no, they're gonna get brutalized, but it's gonna take some of the attention away from here, which has no doubt allowed these Balakith shield bearers to effectively mince those Athelan men at arms, who are routing now. 76. Damn, guys. I guess they didn't have many friends and they were surrounded by enemies. So that did. But they'll come back. Yep, they just did. Good. Hopefully they rest, because they are exhausted. So if they can just rest down to being, like, winded, it will be beneficial. There are other units to send in their place while they rest. Overused is coming back on in here to see if he can try and smash through this really fragile position now. But he's sending in this rather bloodied and bruised Athelan men-at-arm force. Got some Dor and Ernal swords from Bilbo that could maybe follow them up, but the morale hit would maybe be a bit too much for them. Over here, out of ammunition, Tirathar marksmen coming on forward, but being Western Kingdom archers, they of course are going to be armoured. They can do something in the fight. Up against Alcronis Legion though, it's, yeah, maybe not. Ah, they're having victory is certain at the minute. I do expect that's going to change soon. Belfast Marines are following them up, so that's something. And there are some Athelan men at arms there too. There's actually a lot of Athelan men at arms. And Overused has some guys in the back here. No point in just shoving them right on in, I'd say. Just leave them there, just as a morale buff. You know, it's always good for men to have, like, to know they've got allies behind them. Make sure that they know they're not about to get backstabbed. So that's good. Send them in when you are ready. Oh dearie me, this defense is not long for this world. Corsair Blackguards, 18 bloody Belagar Marines, not Belagar Marines, Belagar footmen, and some Adunan Shield Guard there. But up against all of this, it's not going to... Oh, and a backstab from the Haven Guard. Now the thing is, with a backstab from the Haven Guard, if I still had those crossbows, this is a great shot. Or even for the Royal Guard, just hammer the backs of those Haven Guard. If you get friendly fire, good stuff. Corsair Blackguard getting jabs into their backs. Beautiful. Really beautiful move there, Allfather. Yeah, I'm chuffed to bits with that. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Couldn't really ask for much better. Too bad that there's some Castamir's Rangers in amongst them. That's going to be throwing off... Okay, good. It's always nice when the guys that can't really get a good target just don't shoot. Just saves their ammo. I like this. How did you... Where were you? One Casimir Ranger just sprinting on over to his buddies. Looks like we've had some cav play going on here. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of just messing with them, and every time Man sort of rushes something out to try and chase them off, the cavalry punish him. which I think, yeah, these poor Belliceth marksmen are about to feel that. Out of ammunition, but being an elite archer like that, you want to see them do something in melee. So yeah, if they just get torn apart, even 15 of them, you know, that could be like, what, 10 kills in melee? Depending on who they target, of course. Finally, the Adunam Shield Guard here are finished, so there's no longer this threat of a unit sort of hanging around there. But they'll gather what they have and they can push on over. What we at? 36 for 44. So that's a very nice place for the attackers to be in, definitely. But the attackers, to get that done, they've used a lot of their ammo. And we've not seen a massive amount of, you know, Casimir Ranger fire yet, which could definitely change the tide. Shield bearers there smashing into the Tirathair marksmen, really relying on that armor to give them much of a, well, to give them a sort of defense ability. So of course the AP is going to be useful. And then halberdiers jumping in. Now halberdiers are usually, I would be very fond of using them up against this, but the problem is you're seeing just how easily they're shunting these guys around with that huge mass. They're just going to be, even without a shield wall, they're just going to be walking into these phalanxes and just busting them out of place and just stopping them from being as effective as they would. If I was Doge, I would maybe get an Alcronas Legion in there to sort of assist them. And it kind of is a case of the Belliceth shield bearers are just shunting the halberds out of place, and the Alcronas Legion are just coming in and slashing them down. You know, that's, yeah, it looks like he's sort of preparing to do that, so I'm pretty fond of that. Alcronas Legion coming in from reserve. Nice, nice. Oh, God. Yeah, this attack does need to be blunted by something a bit stronger than Belegar archers. We're seeing fiery balls of death hurling over. We getting friendly fire from that. No! Oh, God, right into the thick of an... Oh, damn, that's a lot of Royal Guard to lose. Very unfortunate. Alcronas Legion there. It's all quiet here now. Jesus. Looks like the attackers kind of broke that area, and then they just sort of fell back from it. Blue Ranger there with some broken troops. Yeah, interesting. Actually, wow, maybe they just don't have much left. Did we miss an absolute bloodbath? I guess the attackers, well, the defenders, sorry, started to use some of their special tools we were talking about, these crossbows and the Casimir's Rangers. I know I did look at Corsair Infantry there, but and maybe that did just sort of brutalize Blue Ranger. Ooh. One trebuchet down. And that other treb is a pretty tasty target. Oh, it's actually out. Oh shit, I thought the defenders still had that treb. They might have left it. Maybe the crew deserted it, but I don't think so. Ooh, damn, damn, damn. Okay, decent use of that catapult for sure. Fire ammunition coming into the Belfast Marines, but decent morale of that sort of mid-tier Jav unit. Should hold out. Ooh, Casimir Ranger fire tearing through them. Alcrondas Legions. Alcrondas Legionnaires coming on forward. My voice is escaping me right now. I've still got still good 20,000 frames with this battle, so hopefully we'll make it through it. I only had my coffee. I didn't have any. Oh no! Ay ay ay. As the Artherum have come on in, but if the Royal Guard can actually get stuck into melee with these cav, that's going to be very messy. No, they're going to be bolting out of that. And a few Royal Guard not letting them escape. They took out a few. They did. But still, that's messy. And now, if I was a defender, I would consider a final fallback. Now, what we at? We're only at 50% casualties, but I would still be thinking about it. Just because once your front line does shatter, the enemy's cavalry is going to start to become a big menace for you. These Peligir champions, Perithil champions, getting stuck into the Alcronas Legion. Actually getting a charge off on them, which I expected to see a few more of the Alcronas drop. I'm surprised they didn't. But the Alcronas Legion are no joke, of course, so that could be why. What the hell are we still fighting over here? Jesus, the Shield Guard just showing their worth as the Knights of the Silver Swan are very slow to deal with them. Even some Haven Guards still stuck in amongst that, trying to mince them down. fire arrows. Yeah, the defenders are the defenders know they're in a bit of trouble, so they are just this like empty ammunition supply button. They're just going all for it, really, just pouring what they have onto the enemy. And the defenders, well, sorry, the attackers don't really have too much to hurl back at them. As I say, the attackers really used their ammo early. They've still got this catapult here, which they pulled back. And there still are a lot of elite infantrymen. But in terms of actual ammunition, we've got some Belfast Marines. I think Bilbo, yeah, Bilbo's still got quite a lot of ammo to spend. But most of the attackers have used up all, like just about everything they've got. I do like this map, it's quite pretty. Does Bilbo just have some stuff sitting up here? He does. You've got his halberdiers up here and some Haven Guard and some Pirate Champions. So it does look like Bilbo's going to be coming in toward the end of the fight. You often see this. Usually I'm one of the first guys to kind of use up my army. So I would have been kind of like Blue Ranger in this circumstance where he's really used up just about everything he's got. And now he is relying on his allies to sort of bring it home. We need some support here. Do we have some morale buffers? Good, we do have some Dismounted Knights of Silver Swan trying to keep this together. But with the AP from the Axe Guard and just the general stubbornness of the Alcarondas Legion, it's going to be holding back these halberdiers quite nicely. We could use some more, but yeah, the Pirate Champions coming in, they'll definitely fill what I think we need. But Belfast Marines, if we could get some jabs into this position somehow, that could be really good. This bridge currently, I was about to say it's not being pressured, but no, there's just so many corpses on that bridge that these Black Swan Renegades disappeared from me. Slamming right into the Sentinels though, yeah, they're going to get immense, especially getting shot from the right side by Belfast Marksmen. Sorry, Balakith. There's so many B's. By Belakith Marksmen. They're not going to be long for this world here. Wanderers in Imradale coming in. Yeah, this maybe not the best charge here, boys. Is there anything that could come and fill it up? Haven Guard maybe. Yeah, Haven Guard here from Blue Ranger. I think he's going to come in for it. I think he sees that this is where his boys are needed. Sort of some of his last guys. Oh my god! Did he do what I think he did? Holy smokes! Very good, Blue Ranger. You've made up for the friendly fire catapult strikes. Actually, I think you just landed some more. Damn it. But yeah, so sort of I think it's a good idea for him just sending in his Haven Guard now, because we need something of real substance here. Just to tie up the Sentinels. Basil's come back for about his 4th time in this battle. He's just not sure what to think today. He's going on patrols around the house every bloody 5 minutes. Harbingers of Castamere coming on down. Harbingers of Castamere versus the Haven Guard. That's a nice fight. Hopefully we'll get to see that. Balakith Marksmen running on down here. Castamere's Rangers are still active. Only 36 of them, so their DPS is not going to be too high, but as long as they get their ammunition used up, that's all that really matters. Looks like they were used to sort of counter fire into the Wanderers in Imradale. I do like that, sort of when you get sort of counter fire Rangers, because the Rangers are so lightly armoured, and they usually don't get spread out. Usually you'll keep a unit of Rangers nice and tight together so that you can quickly sort of squeeze them into a position. So when you get a good sort of Ranger shot on an enemy Ranger unit, it's good. What is really satisfying though is when say an enemy comes at you with the Grey Company or the Shari Shadows, and you can just get your Herenidine Rangers set up nicely and just start tearing chunks through the line. That's always good because it's hard to miss them. Black Swan Renegades here, up against the Axe Guard, they'll tear through them. They're just trying to hold them in place so that the ammunition get used up. Oh no! Corsair crossbows. I love that when they use up their ammo, they just take out these 2 harpoons. That's nice. They're going to be jumping on into the fight now, or well, whenever. But they're out of ammo. How many guys is that? 123. Hey, it's 123 souls that can be thrown on it. As I say, I'm really sorry about this, about the back area team. I've been really neglecting it, but it does look like we've had some careful charges here. But for now, the defenses are holding. And with more and more firepower coming up from on high, by the Royal Guard. Oh dear, Royal Guard mixing up with the Corsair crossbows. Ah, team, you're getting in each other's way. I know this is a really good position, but actually this is Dog himself. It's not. I thought this was one player getting in the way of the other. No, goddamn. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of these guys firing up and over when they really shouldn't be. It's better just to, you know, spread your guys out, use one unit of ammo first, and then use the others. What about over here? Yeah, this is more of just a holding their attention attack here. The attackers from the back have really just been more distraction strikes. But I would be a big fan of, if I was awesome, I would bring my elite units forward now. Catapult's done, of course, but I would bring my elite units up because I think that, to be honest, if you got your elite units stuck into here, you could you'd become, you know, you'd turn from being a distraction to being an actual, like menace. Which could be very useful. Whereas if they just sort of deal with the trash on the front lines, then that's it over. But Awesome will be microing the hell out of his cav right now, so that's fair enough. If you are able to do that, then that's all good. Ooh, Blue Ranger's catapult crew getting thrown on in here now, alongside the allies that they've fried up throughout the battle. Yeah, good Blue Rangers. Haven Guard. As I say, it's not the best place for them, but we needed something here. How the hell did they get backstabbed? That was a good move, Dog. I don't know how you did it, but you've done it. And now we need a backstab to that backstab, guys. Come on. To be honest, if I saw the Haven Guard in there, I'd probably get my dismounted Silver Swan in there too, because a few of these strikes at the back are just going to be like really damaging the effectiveness of the Haven Guard. Because they could, yeah, they're doing all right though. I think I'm really worrying a bit too much about them in a minute. What we got here? Oh, Corsair crossbows. It looks like they did get sent on into the fight, but they've kind of screwed up their pathfinding. I think they've probably been ordered to go to that central bridge, and they just decided to go a really dumb way about it. So yeah, oh well. They're something. And I'd probably get my Dornernal Swordsman, to be honest. If I saw the enemy's units bugging out like that, I'd probably charge them with my Dornernal Swordsman, just to gut them, because you'll quite efficiently do that. If the enemy want to shoot at my Dornernal Swordsman at this late stage in the battle, I'm all for it. You know, I'd love you to use your last few volleys on my militia infantry, my shielded militia infantry. Oh, those poor Haven Knights though, they're tied up nicely, and I do not see them escaping. Perhaps that was one of them dying, and that was amongst the general. Could have been looking from like inside of this building, perhaps. I don't know. But still, those Haven Knights are screwed. Oh, they're getting out of there. Oh dear, they're trying to sort of run past sentinels though, and yeah, those sentinels turn around. They are screwed. Ooh, catapult crew running around past them. Dear me. This is going very well for the attackers, but suddenly it's starting to dissipate a bit. I get these, yeah, get them charging, dude. You know, Pirate Champions have a nice cheeky charge, and if you can get one of those off, like, you really are gonna need it up against the Alcronis Legion. Yeah, they just didn't really get a charge off, and now the bloody Alcronis Legion might have even got a quick counter charge on them. I still, because they outnumber them so much, I'm still giving like a win to the Pirate Champions, but yeah. A few of the horde of Corsairs behind them could change that though. What we got here? A bit of a counter charge from the Harbingers of Castamere. No elite units to counter them though. Yeah, it's all trash. Well, in comparison to the Harbingers, it's trash. So yeah, no, the Harbingers, oh god, just slicing that guy down. They will quite quickly destroy what's in front of them. Now that's another general dropped. It's on the bridge. It's on the bridge. I think that's Blue Rangers general that we just saw go down. Most likely. Could be overused. But yeah. Sentinels are just loving that fight. They really are. This is why maybe would have been a good idea to have fought them sort of a bit with a bit more disjointed here. And now the rigidity. Well, I actually think, yeah, those shield bearers are probably just going to come in and start shunting these guys around and just allowing the pikes to doof, doof, doof. You can just see the immediate just push from that force. It's cool to see like high mass units in effect, you know. Just, it's great to see them in shield wall, of course, but I like to see them just fighting normally when they just are knocking people around. Damn, those two Royal Guard just trying to be sneaky. Using these elite spears like that is quite cool. Just because the enemy doesn't see them coming. The elites now of Awesome have arrived, but as I say, the position is totally reformed now, and I just don't think they're going to get through those. Well, they're not going to get through those Sentinels. I think that this is just not somewhere that he's going to be able to break. And I think he needs to maybe look elsewhere. Where he can look, yeah, I'd probably just bring some stuff around here, just start flooding in here. Now, doing that, to be honest, maybe he doesn't want to do... Oh, no. Oh, very cheeky, Awesome. I like that. Yeah, that was naughty. Good move. It will be catastrophic if he doesn't run away, though. Good, man. Phew. Spooky. What we got here? 71 for 74, so that lead is vanishing. We do have a lot of Black Swans, actually. Oh, this is all Awesome's forces, right? Okay. To be honest, I would maybe just say, right, screw you here, stuff that, grab everything I've got, run it over here, get my boys into shield wall, blast in through there. The elite units can then tear people apart. But it's tough because he's sort of holding, he's holding the attention on two points now. Rob Goblin is pretty much done. Yeah, everybody here is just quite... Oh, and then the Harbingers are there too. Oh, they're having victory as a certainty. Which surprises me a bit. Maybe it'll stabilise a bit, especially if another few Sentinels come forward. Royal Guard trying to use up what's left of their ammo. Don't blame them for that, but... Yeah, hitting the left side shields, of course, but hey. Bilbo's coming in here now. Pirate Champions still just breaking these guys down. Corsair Fencers, right? This is a unit that I don't usually see too much. I usually think people grab the, they grab the Blackguard, and they don't really think too much about the Corsair Fencers. I like the dudes. I love their sword. I really think their sword is so awesome. Just the hilt of that little rapier is really cool to me. And counter-firing them, what's he shooting them down with? Yeah, Tier 3 Marksman, perfect target. Because these guys are useful in melee after, nice little assassins. So if you can just mince them down with ranged, that's great. Whew, just going to take a big breath there. What we got? Oh, another fresh unit of Belagar pikes. I mean, I often do sort of state how important sort of cheap pikes can be in the late stages of a battle. I think Awesome's going to have a go at it. A nice full unit of champions, some knights of the Silver Swan, and there are some Haven Guard hanging around somewhere. Yeah, Haven Guard are remaining back right now. Let the others die for them first. It's just the Sentinels, 92 Sentinels though. Things are going okay. What else do they have? Got the Axe Guard, of course. Yeah, no, it's going against them now. But he is doing the right thing. He is just trying to break his way through the flank and get around them. If there's nothing else in reserve here, yeah, once that's gone, he's got a perfect route in. Let's see, I'd love to just get a spear unit around here that can just, or a Black Swan Renegade unit. They can use shield wall, just something to break around, like what he's trying to do with the Knights of the Silver Swan, but just get a shield wall unit to do that. We're smashing ass here though. The Harbingers of Castamere were pulled away from this area. Royal Guard, they're not going to go to... Actually, sorry, no, I'm seeing them. No, there's still that. There are still some Harbingers. Still 58 of them, damn. They're just not in the fight right now. Ooh, Corsair Crossbows, though. 100... That was a cancelled shot. That was a cancelled shot. So, he'll find a position for them. Oh, damn, they still got so much ammo. I really thought the defenders were done up there. We're finished. And using it on the bloody halberdiers. So that's not pretty. Unshielded, nicely armoured. So yeah, AP strikes coming in. Perfect. If they can get in and get their pikes, well, halberds down there, that will be a good counter to the enemy pikes. Pikes can, of course, outrange halberdiers, but it's not as much of a range disadvantage as a swordsman has. up against a pike. Ah, good, good. Yeah, so they're being whittled down. Actually, no, they're still having a good fight there. Those sentinels. Crazy. That's 2 units of sentinels, both like both in their 30s, but together that's about 70 sentinels there. What about Awesome's attack on this side? He's sort of getting around him, but it's not pretty, and he's really relying on. Ah, damn, he just went down. It's relying on just so few guys that have managed to get around them, whereas the Pirate champions are just dying to make this happen. Yeah, maybe the Haven Guard can just position themselves here, get a side charge in. I think that's what he's going for. Coming back on a round. I keep looking at this area just because that's where, you know, that's where he was set up at the start. I'm like, nobody's pushing that. No. That is us dropping a general. So now it's near all of the Black Swan Renegades. So he could have put a general in the Black Swan Renegade. It's possible. It's not really where I would put mine, but yeah, could be. Gives the sword AP, which is always good. Can do a bit more damage, but you lose out on that additional sort of hit point if you decide to put in a non-2 hit point unit. That's why people like to put them inside of like Ents and trolls and the like, because they end up being like absolute tanks. You know, your general has heaps of hit points in that case. Oh god, quite a push indeed going on here. It's gaining ground, but the guys are shooting into it, and it is racking up some kills. Like the defenders are suffering to try and hold that back. But if there were, oh god, if there was some body piercing still for the defenders, that'd be it over. That'd be the end of the bloody battle, I think. Blackguard's coming back here. There's nothing more in reserve in this area. I think the only reserves left are Bilbo's. He's still got his cav there. Let's zoom out for a minute. See what we got. No, I think everything else is routing. There's nothing hiding up there. No, nothing. Damn. Haven Knights just needing a place to be used, but I'm just not really seeing one. Good. Now that they've kind of broken that out, they've turned this into a much more sort of line battle, which is going to benefit their phalanx fighting. And Overused is doing a good job here. He's split off to chase away these crossbows. Some archers there to probably tie up his Haven Guard for a while. Bilbo's push here it's just holding these sentinels in place. It's not really killing them very quickly at all, but it's doing something. Overused has 15 guys there breaking away. Knights of Silver Swan even. Coming in here with the Haven Knights, nah man, not up against pikes. Just save them. See what's at the end of this battle, and then see if you can do some cycle charging at it. This is going better, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is going fine now. The Haven Guard have come on in there, and they've really wrapped around them. That's it, finished. And then, to be honest, the cav can come running on in after that and start messing with people. There's nothing held in reserve here. The defenders are just about fully committed, just relying on their last few crossbow volleys here to mince through the enemy elites. These Corsair crossbows out. Oh, there were actually some body piercing, which has definitely been mincing their way through the Dol Amroth forces, no doubt. Awesome is pressuring this side still. Got some nice cheap, well, Tornastian spears, not cheap spears, but cheaper spears, alongside the Felland halberdiers, just coming cracking into this line. Good organised fighting is always going to benefit a phalanx, but up against the elites of the Harbingers of Castamere, it's something else. Terrathera marksman here, out of ammo, but I think that's just about all of that Rob Goblin has left, so I'm sure he's not really wanting to throw away his last unit. You always get quite attached to it. Yeah, good. Now that they've got this sort of wrapped up, I would maybe be tempted to bring the cav in here and see if I could just rush them through that gap now, in all honesty. Because the earlier you can get them committed and sort of pestering these front lines, the better. Because this is where oh god, I was about to say this is where the action is, but if you actually look at how many troops Bilbo's got, we're at 91 for 89, so it really is every percentage point counts now. Yeah, you don't want to be behind at this stage. You definitely don't want to be behind at this stage, but it's still bloody close. Harbingers coming on in here, up against some very battered and bruised Haven Guard. If these Haven Knights can get around the side and get even if they can get one good charge into the Harbingers of Castamere, I would be very pleased with that. I think that that could lead some very good things. Of course, their crossbows, stomp, stomp, stomp. Yep, they're finished here now. Nothing else, and nothing else to pressure it. So they can freely leave that bridge alone. And oh god, was that Bilbo's general maybe? Somebody just went down. Oh god, there's still so many spears remaining. But yeah, we just need to hit those harbingers. That's all. It might come down to Awesome, to be honest. As he finishes his way through these guys, it's still 57 Haven Guard. Pretty healthy Haven Guard. And over here, I think he's going to be victorious as well, as the Alcarondas Legion are being pulled out, and it's down to just the Royal Guard and a few of these Harbingers. Harbingers who right now are kind of getting stabbed in the back by the nice organised Ithilien halberd line. Over here again, yeah, Harbingers. It's a bit messy for them as we enter into our last, well, coming in close to the last 5,000 frames. The Haven Knights mincing their way through. Moving on over, Corsair Blackguard, just a unit that I don't really use too much. As I say, I've got my Umbar army. I like the way it is. I like the way it looks. I find it fun to use. But it does mean that I don't really use units like the Corsair Blackguards and such, which is it's a shame. I maybe should try to use a few. Oh, I don't know why Bilbo's falling back. Well, I get it. I know that he feels like he's lost here, but I think you've just got to be stuck into it. These last 17 Haven Guard, just have them lock this position down, and then be free with your knights to run across another bridge. Just those Haven Guard are done, and just running away is going to result in their death, like slowly, and they're not gonna get anything for their death. Whereas if you can just hold them in place for a while and just rack up a few more kills, you see there's still these are overused Haven Guard. But yeah, because it's down to Awesome now. That's what it's down to, really. So if you can just keep these guys in place and just kill a few more, then his Haven Guard and his bloodied and bruised Knights of the Silver Swan alongside these few remaining champions, I think that's going to be enough. But if these Haven Guard sort of disconnect themselves from the fight, okay, good, they've turned around now. Oi, oi, oi. Castamere's Rangers, yeah, they're sort of just on fire at will now, as these knights are running free in amongst the last few Corsair crossbows, and yeah, we are definitely approaching the end now. Alcarondas Legion coming in, trying to wipe them out. Oh god, you can see how slow these poor guys move when they're exhausted. Yeah, Harbingers running away from the fight, as the archers rattle into the backs of these Haven Knights. Probably jump it up just a little bit. As we... Ooh, okay, good. Awesome is not dilly-dallying. He is getting stuck in, which he should. Haven Guard, there's nothing in their way there. There's nothing in their way here. Somewhat overused his Knights of Silver Swan running back across that bridge. What have we got? Where are Bilbo's Guard? Yeah, like, to be honest, if I was Bilbo, I'd probably just turn these Haven Knights around and just let them take those shots at the face. Because they've got their shield value, they've got their huge armor. Just getting shot in the back isn't too fun. I'd probably just take these 15 Haven Guard and throw them on in now, really. But I guess he's just waiting until... Yeah, he's waiting until Awesome arrives, that's fair. But you really want to be I guess he's going to wait until awesome hits and then come in from the back, which is fair. What we got is the last defenders here. Some Alcronas Legion and actually some 21 Harbingers. No, yeah, that's good. Awesome is just getting around them, yeah, totally wrap them up. A few Harbingers there too, but they're going to go down. As I say, this organised phalanx fighting. When you got an elite unit, it's like back in the day where, like back in the days of Shogun 2, when I used to use the sort of Ashigaru pikes. Ashigaru, what do we want? Yari Ashigaru, yeah. Just get them in a phalanx formation. One-on-one, they can generally just deal with anything. It's kind of the same thinking here. Like, if you just get a nice organised fight between one phalanx unit and one elite infantry, the phalanx unit's always going to definitely do some good efficient fighting there. It looks like Man was caught sleeping there. I don't think... There might have been a lack of communication there, but no matter what, like, he definitely didn't see that coming, and he has been backstabbed for it. Now, yeah, he's coming in with the guard now, and the knights too, yeah, to smash them. One good rear charge, and that'll be over. We'll stick around for that. There's not too much action elsewhere at the minute. Even guards, even knights. You're not moving too fast. You need to get in there before it's all over. Yeah, good, that's it, finished there. But no, that was pretty damn close. Yeah, 95. And I suspect by the time it's over, we're going to end up with 96. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't be too surprised. If these sentinels were allowed to just mince them by themselves without being backstabbed, I think they would definitely deal with a percentage. But no. Great battle, all the same. Nice map. As you know, as I say, the defenders just have no shelter here, and the attackers were ready for that. They definitely were. I don't think there was anything wrong with the compositions of the defenders. I think the defenders' compositions were pretty perfect. Yeah, I don't think I would have changed anything. I hope that they all had a Corsair crossbow. I'm pretty sure they did, but if they didn't, then maybe they should have. I was scared about the attackers and the amount of cavalry the attackers had. But saying that, if you had gotten rid of the cav, what would you have brought instead? I don't know. More Thelen swordsmen? I just don't think. Maybe that's unnecessary. Yeah. Artillery, maybe the Treb could have been used a bit closer, but if the Treb was used closer, then it would have just been shot by the catapult. You could definitely argue a case that the defender out here maybe should have just said, right, you guys hold the city, I'm just going to hold this river passage. But then he's by himself, and as I say, we talked about the issues with that before. It's a nice position to hold here, though. But still, like, it's had he taken his army specifically to do that, I think he could have done really nicely. But that relies on you being the guy that spawns there, and it's always tough to know exactly where you're going to spawn. Unless you're willing to move all the way over there, which, hey, that's fine and dandy too. What do we still got? Who's still fighting? Okay, that's us finished. Cool. So let's have a quick zoom. Oh god, yeah, we're gonna be able to see everybody's kills. Let's just have a zoom through slowly and call out anything that's crazy, or anything I really wanted to see. Oh god, these poor pikes got shot to pieces. Or saying that, like, not too many of them were healed, which usually doesn't mean they were shot. Maybe they were catapulted or something. I don't know. Or trebucheted. Overused there. What we got? Yeah, pretty standard across the board. Of course, men-at-arms just generally soaking up so much fire. I'm surprised these guys, like, whoa, you did some good killing. Blue Ranger there. As I say, I'm still fighting for Blue Ranger being MVP. I just mainly, like, it's very biased because, like, Blue Ranger just played the way that I would play. But yeah, so Dismount Knights Silver Swan, like, they're morale buffers. They're not going to rack up too many kills. So maybe that's something. Maybe increase the range of the morale buff, and make them slightly cheaper or something like that, to just, like, really make them like dedicated morale buffers instead of being this kind of middle ground that they are. Or just maybe give them a little bit more killing power. I don't know. Either way, I think the secret for buffing Dol Amroth lies in this Dismount Knights of Silver Swan, or the Black Swan Renegades. I think one of those units needs to go through some sort of change. Very slight, but something. Not that, to be honest, I have too many. It just seems to be something that people talk about a lot. I don't really think that Dol Amroth is too bad. Then we've got Wanderers and Emmerdale are always racking up kills. Arathurum, they're nice for the Arathurum, really good. Yeah, right. So Rob Goblin did put his general in with the Renegades. Okay. I mean, it means you can more freely use your Haven Guard and such, but it's interesting. Yeah. Fair. Then Awesome there. Yeah, good. Anything too crazy there? No, nothing too wild. Everybody else put their general in with the Haven Guard, I'm seeing. Yeah, great from everybody. Too bad about Man leaving behind the unit of a Dunaim Shield Guard, but I understand it does look like a place that you can come into. So he maybe just, as I hadn't seen his name before, he maybe did think like, oh shoot, they can just walk in that area, I need to put something in there. But yeah, throughout, maybe that was one thing. I'd like to know how much conversation was being had by the defenders. Like, it did look like the attackers were actually quite well coordinated, whereas the defenders were maybe just a bit more just kind of like just doing what you gotta do, dude. But I think you can get away with that as an attacker. Like, I've had some great battles as an attacker where we've not said a word to each other. We've all just kind of blended, but I think as a defender you need to communicate. And there was that moment where who was it right at the end that just got backstabbed, and it was like he just didn't look. Yeah, poor Sentinels just got ripped apart from the back. Like, there maybe should have been a bit more communication. But yeah, anyway, that might have been the issue, but might not. Still close battle anyway. So thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.